Your liver is one of the most underappreciated organs in your body. It quietly performs over 500 essential tasks every day, filtering toxins, balancing hormones, breaking down nutrients, and regulating your energy supply. But what happens when this powerhouse starts getting overwhelmed? Fat begins to build up inside the liver, and this condition, known as fatty liver disease, is becoming one of the most common health problems in the world today. What's surprising is that most cases have nothing to do with alcohol. They're caused by foods that people eat every single day, which means sugary drinks and processed oils. The problem is these foods, they sort of overload the liver until it can no longer process fuel efficiently. The fat starts to accumulate and the liver can no longer perform its main jobs properly. And if left unchecked, this can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and even permanent liver damage. But the good news is your liver is powerful and it can heal itself if you understand what's actually causing a problem and make the right changes. In this video, you'll learn the true causes of fatty liver, the foods that make it worse, and the simple science-based ways to help your liver recover naturally. So most people assume that fatty liver happens only to people who drink a lot of alcohol, but that's far from the truth. The modern diet filled with refined carbs and hidden sugars is now the biggest cause. Your liver's job is to process everything you eat, and when it gets more fuel than it can handle, especially in the form of sugar, it starts converting that to extra energy into fat. And the biggest offender is fructose. Fructose is that sweet component of table sugar and high fructose corn. Unlike glucose, which your muscles and brain can use, fructose can only be metabolized by the liver. So every time you drink a soda, eat a pastry, or even sip a so-called healthy fruit juice, your liver must handle the entire sugar load. And over time, this overwhelms it. Refined starches, white bread, pasta, and rice, they don't help either, because they quickly turn into glucose in your bloodstream, only raising your insulin levels, and high insulin stops your body from burning fat, trapping it inside your liver. Add that to the industrial seed oils, processed snacks, and constant snacking culture, and your liver simply can't keep up. Fatty liver isn't a random accident. It's a direct response to metabolic overload. So there's a lot of confusion about what causes fatty liver, and much of it comes from outdated nutrition advice. One common myth is that eating fat causes a fatty liver, and this couldn't be further from the truth, because healthy dietary fats from olive oil, avocados, butter, and fish do not turn into liver fat. Because in fact, these fats, they help your body produce a bile and absorb fat-soluble vitamins, both of which support liver function. Another myth is that salt causes fatty liver. While excessive salt might raise blood pressure in some people, it doesn't directly cause fat to build up in the liver. You see, the real problem is not sodium, it's more of the sugar and the processed carbs. A third myth is that red meat is harmful because of the saturated fat. Yet, the fats in the grass-fed meat are stable and nutritious, and studies show that moderate meat consumption doesn't increase liver fat when carbs are kept low. But what matters most is not the fat you eat. It's the fuel overload from the sugars and the constant insulin spikes they create. To understand fatty liver, you need to understand insulin, your body's main fat storage hormone. Every time you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises, and your pancreas releases insulin to move that sugar into your cells. When this happens, occasionally your body handles it well, but when you eat refined carbs and snacks all day long, your insulin levels remain constantly high. And high insulin tells your liver to keep storing fats and prevents it from releasing any for energy. So over time, your liver becomes insulin resistant, meaning it no longer responds properly. This forces your pancreas to produce even more insulin, creating a dangerous cycle. The higher insulin levels, the more fat you accumulate in your liver, and the harder it becomes to burn any of it off. This process doesn't just make you gain weight around your belly, it sets the stage for serious metabolic problems, including pre-diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Breaking this cycle requires lowering insulin, not counting calories, and that begins by changing the type of food you eat and how often you eat it. To start reversing fatty liver, the first step is to remove the things that damage it. The worst offenders are sugary drinks, desserts, pastries, and processed snacks. Anything that contains added sugars or syrups. Even the so-called natural sugars like honey and fruit juice can overload your liver if you consume it way too much. Next are the refined starches, and that means white rice, pasta, bread, and breakfast cereals. Then we have the industrial seed oils, such as canola, soybean, and corn oil. These oils are unstable and they become oxidized when heated, creating compounds that your liver must detoxify. Finally, too much alcohol, even in small amounts, can block your liver from processing fat properly. Alcohol gets priority in metabolism, which means your body pauses fat burning until all the alcohol is cleared. When you remove these triggers, you give your liver a break, and that's when it begins to clean and repair itself. The liver has an incredible ability to regenerate, but it can only do so when you stop overloading it. So now that we've talked about what to avoid, let's focus on what actually helps your liver. Start with whole, nutrient-dense foods. And that means real food that comes from nature and not a factory. Eggs are an excellent choice because they contain chlorine. And chlorine is a nutrient that helps transport fat out of your liver. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines are super rich in omega-3/5 fatty acids, and they reduce inflammation and help reverse liver fat buildup. And also vegetables, but not all vegetables. Vegetables such as broccoli, kale, and cauliflower, they contain natural compounds that enhance your liver's detox enzymes. You should also include some healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, nuts, and coconut oil, which provide steady energy without spiking your insulin levels. And these fats help your body shift from sugar burning to fat burning mode, which allows your liver to use it as stored fat as fuel. These fats help your body shift from sugar burning to fat burning mode, allowing your liver to use its stored fat as fuel. If you eat meat, choose grass-fed beef or pasture-raised poultry, as they contain more antioxidants and better fat ratios. And don't forget hydration, because water is essential for flushing out toxins your liver filters each day. With these foods, you're not detoxing your liver, you're simply giving it the right conditions to heal naturally. Food is only one piece of the puzzle. Your daily habits also play a major role in how your liver functions. One of the best things you can do is practice soft fasting. Soft fasting simply allowing your body longer periods between meals. This gives your liver time to process stored fat and rest from constant digestion. Regular movement also helps tremendously. You don't have to do extreme workouts. Even a 30-minute walk can improve insulin sensitivity and help your liver use up stored glucose. Can't forget about having 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep, because quality sleep is equally important because your body does most of its detox and repair while you're sleeping. And then there's the stress. High cortisol levels of chronic stress can increase blood sugar and slow down liver healing. So try deep breathing, meditation, or even quiet walks in nature to lower these stress hormones. When you combine smart nutrition, fasting, sleep, and stress control, your liver starts to regenerate on its own. It's one of the few organs capable of complete recovery if given the right environment. Of course you've noticed, but just in case you haven't, everywhere you look, you'll see products claiming to detox or cleanse your liver in just a few days. But the truth is, your liver doesn't need a special drink or a supplement to heal. It needs you to stop overloading it. There's not going to be shortcuts, powders, or teas that can replace the power of whole, natural foods and having balanced habits. The best detox is just giving your liver a break from sugar, alcohol, and processed junk. When you do that, it automatically cleans and rebuilds itself. Your liver is one of the most resilient organs in the body. It's constantly filtering, repairing, and regenerating. All it asks in return is that you stop overworking it with toxins and just give it the nutrients it needs to thrive. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who you think might need it. Take care of your liver, and it will take care of you for life.